Hey guys, I'm back with the Fontana Merlot Wine Kit. And I know it's been some time. I've taken longer to make this particular wine kit. Not because of the wine kit, but because some, crazy stuff happened in my life. So I've had to put all of my winemaking stuff on hold. Typically, I would have gotten to this step a lot earlier. And unfortunately, it didn't work out that way, but it's okay because, the wine is still aging anyways. So it's all good. Just, another example of if you have a busy life, this hobby's an awesome hobby because you can do what you have to do and come back to it. And in this case, I'm ready to rock and roll. So, got my Fontana Merlot kit. And we are transferring out a secondary into a carboy and a jug. I've cleaned and sanitized everything, so we are good to go as far as that's concerned. But the top carboy is 6 gallons and the bottom one is 5. And which would mean that it's going to be pretty much full to the top because I only made this kit to 5 gallons. The problem that we're going to have though is degassing because when you're degassing, it's going to get rid of the bubbles. So you guys seen me degas before using my vacuum pump, but this time I'm going to be using my drill mounted degasser. And the reason I'm doing this is because I wanted to show you guys something, is that if you are going to fill this up all the way, you're not going to have room to degas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the wine and put it in the jug. I'm going to fill it up to maybe 3/4 full, and I'm going to then have some space in the carboy that I could use for degassing. And when I'm done degassing and all that, I can add the wine from the jug back to the carboy and top it up. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing. I wanted to show you guys that process. I highly recommend that if you're going to do some of these kits and make them to 5 gallons, get yourself a couple of 5-gallon carboys. Might be a good idea. You can still do it in the 6-gallon carboy, that's fine. But, if you're going to do any kind of bulk aging, which I'm not sure yet if I'm going to do, I'm going to want to keep it topped up. Alright, so let me get ready. Okay, I got my thing all set up here. Take the top off. Put the instructions to the side. And what I'm going to do, I'll show you, is I'm going to take I have the anti-sediment tip on the bottom. I'm going to take my hose, put it in one side, okay. Now I'm simply going to pump, get the siphon started, and transfer the wine. You see the wine transferring. And sometimes one of the things I do to help with the degassing is take this hose and splash it against the side just to make it degas a little bit as it's, you can see a little bit of bubbles in the bottom as it's going. So, you know, basically, I think one of the places that people have challenges is degassing. And anything you could do to get excess gas out, definitely a good thing. I also have a clamp on my particular hose over here. And one of the things I'm going to do is take some of this wine and put it in the jug. Like I said earlier, so I'm going to fill up the jug probably like 3/4 of the way. You guys can see the jug filling up over there. There you go. Well, I can tell you this smells really good, this Merlot. Alright, so I got at this point 2 packets, sorbate and metabisulfite. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to take these and I'm going to add them to the wine. And next I'm going to attach my drill. But first I'm going to get a new battery. I'll be right back. Alright guys, well, the battery died on my other drill, and I just realized that my battery charger is not working, and that's why my batteries are dying. So, I have my electric drill. Gotta go out into the shed and get that. There was an intense debate whether I should just go out and get the drill, or whether I should just get my vacuum degasser. If it was just me doing it, I probably would just get the vacuum degasser, but I wanted to show you guys how to do it with the drill. So, I'm outside, because the drill is loud, and my wife is sleeping. So, I'm going to try to do this out here on my welcome mat. Alright, so the whole idea here is you need to stir all the bubbles out. And you can see if I just let this go, you'll see the bubbles coming up on the side. So I'm going to be doing this probably for about 20 minutes and trying to get out all the gas that I possibly can. Alright, so I'll be back. Well, hopefully you guys can start to see how much gas I'm getting out of this. Again, if this carboy was filled to the top, you could not do this. All that foam would come out of the top all over the place. So again, you need to have some space in there. Don't think you could fill that up and stir it gently. It's not going to work for you. Alright? So, I'm going to do a little bit more degassing, and we should be good to go. Alright? Just give me probably about another 5-10 minutes, and we'll be rocking and rolling back inside the house. Alright guys, so I have my wine that I brought in. It's over here. I have that wine, and it's degassed, and I am in the process of degassing this gallon jug. And the way that I'm doing that is I got a lid I put on. It's not filled all the way, and I'm basically shaking that up. And loosening the lid a little bit until it doesn't poof anymore. So I'm going to do that until this is degassed. And then I'm going to add this gallon to the carboy. Alright, so we'll be back. Alright, so we have emptied the other jug into this carboy with the other wine. And what I've done is I've taken sparkloid, and I'm using this in place of the Degassing pack that comes with the wine kit. Now you can use the Degassing pack, there's no problem with that. The problem for me is it has to do with shellfish allergies. And Degassing is something that is made out of shellfish. So instead of using that pack and all of my wine kits, I changed the instructions and I use sparkloid instead. And the way you use this, now I have another whole video on using sparkloid, so you could look at that, and you can also I'm sure if you guys have seen my other videos, you see me using it before. But basically, it's you dissolve a tablespoon of this in a cup of water that's boiling, and you stir it up and dissolve it, let it sit for like 5 minutes, and then pour it in and stir it in, which is what I've just done. And I have my spoon in here. I'm using the back end of the spoon, and I'm stirring it around. Pretty much like that. And when that's done, after I've stirred it in a bit, what I'm going to do basically is I'm going to make sure that I completely clean my airlock again. And I'll rinse that out. I've cleaned my airlock. Fill it halfway with water about, and I'm going to take my spoon out. I'm going to put this airlock on, and I'm going to make sure that it's in snug. And I'm going to put that aside now for about 10 days. The sparkloid says it works in about a week. I go about 10 days most of the time. So in about 10 days, I'm going to be transferring this wine out, and we'll be ready to bottle it and let you know what it tastes like. I'm really excited about this particular kit, partially because of its price tag, but also because it smells really good, and I think it's going to be a pretty nice wine. So I'm looking forward to it, and we'll take it from there. So I'm going to put this back in my closet, and we'll be hopefully in about a week to 10 days, probably 10 days, I'm going to be ready to bottle. I'm drinking some Merlot. Alright, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. And take care. Stay tuned. Hey guys. I'm back with my Fontana Merlot kit, And what we're going to do now is we're going to transfer off of the carboy into a bucket. There's my bucket. Cleaned and sanitized everything. I have my anti-sediment tip. And I don't know if we could zoom in and you can maybe see the sediment on the bottom. We're going to put our anti-sediment tip on, and we are going to transfer off of that sediment to get ready to bottle. Alright, so I'm going to basically zoom in up there. We've shut the spigot off on the bucket, and I'm going to take off the airlock. Get my tip, put it in a carboy, and we're going to start the siphon. I'm going to carefully put that down to the bottom. I'm excited because today's going to be my first taste of this here wine. Let's see. It's siphoning over. Now, what I'm going to be doing here is, typically, you know, you would bottle at this phase, but what I'm going to be doing is I got myself a bunch of 1 gallon jugs, and I'm going to be using this one as my house wine while the other kits I have are aging. So I got 5 of these ready to go. I have another ½ gallon one ready to go too, so that I'm ready to have wine for a bit, 5 gallons worth anyway. I can tell you, it does smell really nice. Let's see if we could get in a little bit closer. Let's see what I'm doing. Alright, so I'm going to let that complete, and then when I come back I'm going to be moving this bucket to the top and get ready to bottle. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright, I just wanted to show you this wine real quick. It's actually very, very nice. Very nice. It's a Merlot. Let's see, dark fruit I get off of it. I get some cherry type flavors. Typical Merlot. Yeah, let's try again. Clarity's pretty nice. Flavor's nice. That is an excellent wine for the price. Yeah, I'm very happy with the way this came out. I'll tell you this though, I've gotten a couple of questions, things like, well, my wine tastes gassy after I bottle it, or at this point. What I would recommend to you guys is, if you're tasting the wine now before you're bottling it and it tastes gassy, that means you need to stir some more before bottling. Or degas it somehow if you use the vacuum pump or whatever you use. This one doesn't taste that way. This one tastes fine right now, but you know, if you guys are about to bottle and you happen to notice it tastes like it has a little bit of carbonation in it or fizziness to it, you want to stir that out before you bottle. I'm not going to have to do that, but figured I'd let you guys know because I was asked a few questions on that. Alright, so I'm going to get my bottling wand set up and I'm going to be ready to go in a second, okay? Alright, so I have my jugs set up, all 5 of them, and I have them all cleaned and sanitized and ready to rock and roll. And my bottling wand on, and what I'm going to do is just turn on, let's see if you can see that. Turn on the spigot. Wine comes down. And I'm going to be filling my bottles up. I should get close, if not maybe a little bit more than 5 gallons. Now, another thing is I took a lot longer to make this particular kit than I usually take to make a kit. You know, again, that's what makes this hobby so wonderful for someone with a busy lifestyle like myself. You know, you have a lot of things going on. You know, sometimes you don't have time for your hobbies, so they take a back shelf while you're dealing with the seriousness of life. The wonderful thing about winemaking is that, you know, once you're out of the main primary fermenter and in a carboy, it's cool. You don't get to it in time, you don't get to it in time. It's aging. Alright. So at this point you can see I didn't get this whole jug, but what I need to do is tip the bucket a little bit to get more of the wine to come out. So this is what I got. I have a little tiny bit more in the bucket that I'm probably just going to pour into a glass and drink. But that's what I got. So I have almost 5 full gallons of Merlot. And what I have in my glass, and there's a little bit left in the bucket. It probably would get up to about this area with what's left in the bucket. I could pour it into a you know, measuring cup or, you know, one of those kind of Pyrex things and pour it into here. It's just, if you look at the bucket, let's take a look at the bucket. Okay, you see here's the spigot, and there is a little bit of space between the bottom of the bucket and here. So sometimes you have to play around to get all the wine out of the bucket. And, you know, the easiest thing to do is just get like a measuring cup and pour it out. And put it in there. I don't think I would fill this up completely. I probably would end up getting to about this area with what's left in the bucket. But, you know, one of the joys of winemaking is you get to taste it as you're going. So I don't know if I'm actually going to take it out of the bucket and put it into that jug. I might just end up, you know, doing a little bit of what I call research and development. And, you know, quality control, meaning that, you know, gonna have to try it out. So anyhow, the verdict. Get the wine again. Here is the wine. You can see the color. You know, typically I would have that against a white background that you can see the color, but you can see the color and the clarity. I think this wine is excellent for what it is. You know, I actually like it better than the old Vino Italiano kits. I think it's a better quality kit, actually. Yeah, it's actually wow, better than I expected it would be. It's pretty nice, actually, very smooth. Well, I'm going to be doing a little bit more research and development, and but you know, the verdict is this is a great wine kit. Make it to 5 gallons like I did. Follow my video series on it. Modify the directions like I did. I think if you were to do this one to the directions, it would, number one, not have enough of a alcohol level in it, and number two, it'd be thinner, too diluted. So, you know, follow what I did, and you'll have a better quality wine. This one is actually, it's quite nice, and I'm happy to have it as a table wine in these gallon jugs. Very happy with it. Matter of fact, I'm probably going to order up another 3 of these and make them together. Let's see, what would that give me? Probably 15. I might even make it a little bit more strong. So if I was to get 3 of these kits, you know, you could make that to 15 gallons, and I might even opt to try to make that to 14 or whatever, squeak a little bit more alcohol level out of it, and you know, but as it is, this is nice the way it is. So anyhow, thanks for watching. Take care. Alright everybody, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you like what you see, please subscribe to my video channel here on YouTube. And definitely check out my blogs, www.cookingitalianrecipes.com with the dashes in the middle, or my other one on winemaking, howtomakehomemade.biz. Thanks for watching, please subscribe, and have an awesome day.